Any guesses what day it is? Siding and doors. It's also raining. So I think they're grateful that they got the roof entirely done. They have a very big overhang to work under. And so mostly what they're doing is sheltered. So that's helpful. And they're actually installing the front door right now. I'm going to go in and watch that process. And I'm going to get back to work on plumbing in the meantime. We also have framing inspection today. So hopefully we pass with flying colors, or at least get a list of what I need to fix. We'll see.
I guess it's okay with you if I just screw through here.
I was going to ask that we not have any visible holes or hardware in the door frame. This door was Mary's coup de grace. This was like the shining light, the beacon. She was so happy with this purchase, and she had one directive: no visible screws. I certainly showed up at the right time. Lamar was about to complicate my life. Mary's smash is not something I want to deal with. We were certainly flirting with disaster here. Crisis averted. Because we bought the door at the surplus place, it didn't come with any hardware. So I had to run to Home Depot and get some brackets and screws and come up with a plan. Otherwise, you'd have screws showing from the outside, which you don't want. So these brackets attach to the door frame, and then they'll attach to the inside of the wall. But those are 3/16 thick brackets, and so we're having to route or plane out sections of the wall there so they recess in.
Hey Bradley, you want some paper? Andy's getting
Test fit seems to work well, even with the extra brackets. Hope that's not hurting the door.
okay. Did you mark where the brackets are?
This one on this side.
Oh, you want to do the top too?
Yeah. Oh, it did, but you were on. And now you got a Artist, you want to pull it back, or what do you want to do? Pull it back. You guys can pull it back the same. But you, yeah. it's not binding. It's just really snug top and bottom. Don't have one. 1 to 6.
Too bad it's not a sunny day. It still looks pretty bright. Well, midday update. Obviously, we have patio doors installed, and over my shoulder down here, we can see man door installed and getting trim around it. Fayette County was just out and approved our framing. So rough framing inspection passed. They did ask that we add some hurricane screws, which were on the truss plan. I didn't realize. I missed that part. They weren't written in the code specifically. But just ran up to the box store and got the screws we need. We'll get those installed today. So they approved it, just condition that we get those screws installed. And they said, we'll be back for the electrical and plumbing and HVAC inspection so we can see it then. So I know they're getting the Novik stone on the front. So let's go up there and see what that looks like. And we got some of the Novik stone installed up front here. Nicely trimmed in. That's going to look really nice. That gray is the color of the siding, of course. I'm so close, but it is raining, and I don't want to step out in the mud. Track mud through the whole house. But they did a nice job trimming around everything down here. If you can see up in there, it fits very nicely. We decided on Novik stone, which is a vinyl faux stone panel, because one, it's simple to install, and two, it was way cheaper than real stone. This also leaves us the option of replacing with real stone in the future if we want to and budget allows. Novik stone is pretty simple to install. You start out with a starter strip that goes on the bottom. You clip the bottom of the panel into the starter strip and loosely tack it in place at the top with roofing nails. This allows for expansion or panel movement with temperature changes. The top of each panel is the starter strip for the next panel up. The panels are joined on the sides by sliding sections into each other like puzzle pieces. It took these guys maybe 2 hours to complete the 56 feet on the front of the house, double stacked. It cuts easy with a power saw or hand shears, and there are no visible fasteners when you're done. You can tell it's not real stone up close, of course, but from a distance, the curb or 20 feet even, you can't tell at all. It's a nice stone alternative at a fraction of the cost.
A little hit point in there. Not bad. It's gotta be ready for it.
Well, this doesn't look too bad for another item Mary found on clearance.
Yeah.
And Justin on the end trimming the next section. They're actually cutting the tab off the top too because they have an L channel. Z channel? I think it's Z channel is what it's called. Goes over the top of that.
Only thing I don't like about this stuff is if you ruin a place, if you ruin a piece, you're gonna have fun replacing it.
Yeah.
Because it's the way it's latched together.
Right.
You have to glue it and face nail it back on because you can't slide it in anymore.
Yep.
Late afternoon update. It is pouring rain. My work crew all headed home because they were working outside and it's blowing rain right. I mean, you can see how it's just soaking rain. Let's go ahead and walk out back here, show what they got done. I certainly don't fault them for saying, you know what, we're calling it good for the day. I mean, it's certainly not the heaviest downpour, but that wind is just nonstop. I don't know if this is actually like some of that hurricane, if it's already moved up this far. Yeah, that's not thunder. That's tin. We just about got horizontal rain here. So we've got some trim in place here. We're going to do a blackout tin underneath the door here. So at the door, we're going to paint that black to match the front. And so it will all be one continuous black up to above the door. And then it will change over to the cherry wood grain finish, board and batten. Have this corner in place now. You see the detail on this. It's so well done. It'd be tough to tell that it's metal. We'll walk down this way a bit too. Realize that we're going to do tongue and groove ceiling up in here, and so I needed to drop the FJ channel, basically the width of some furring strips. I had some, and Justin said, no, that's fine. He'll go ahead and put those up and then mount the FJ channel to that. So you can see where that they trim around the edges so that the siding all tucks up underneath all of that. Now the reason they call this stuff FJ channel, rotate again, get better here on that end. Notice how you've got the main body of it straight up and across the top. And then you've got the little line coming out like an F. But then it's also just taking that smaller line on the bottom is an upside down J. So an FJ channel. Here we have the garage man door in place. And just like the patio doors, that all needs to be painted, of course. So I'm going to put a piece of green treat underneath the door sill there too, because those aluminum door sills aren't meant to just float. If you just leave them floating, they'll eventually break right off, tear everything up. I'm going to make this quick because I am getting wet. Well, you can see we got the Novik stone installed. They did little pieces of black trim behind there to hide, because of course it's not really made for the Novik. We got the corners in gray, and then they'll actually do a little J channel of the cherry right here, because this will be the cherry. Just wanted to finish this up. You can see over here too, and I'm getting soaked. I'm going in.
Thanks for watching.